Hi guys, it's Chris at Cork and Crown, back in my cider shed with some more cider to try, but it's not cider, it's a perry, and we are continuing our tasting of Butford Organics 2020 bottlings releases, and the next one we have is possibly my favourite single varietal pear. I'm still learning pear flavours. I drink a lot of perry. But also you've got vintages and different producers, and everything's going to be subtly different based on terroir and so many other factors. So saying that's my favourite is probably a bit tricky because you'd have to try an awful lot of the same thing for a lot of different people to say 100% that is my favourite. But it does score very highly with me very regularly. And it is Hendre Huffcap. There you go. Another cool label. Looks very much like the Aurora label that we tried. And on that note, actually, the Aurora, I said I'd find out what the blend is. Well, I emailed Martin and he responded. And so here is the blend. It's quite a blend, actually. So, 19% gin, 11% Blakeney Red, 11% New Meadow. Never heard of it. Nothing in my book about it. Oldfield, 10%. So that makes up 51% of the blend. So 90%, 11%, 11%, 10%. Then the rest of it, the other 49%, is made up of 8 other varieties. The majority of which is Winnell's Longdon, which we know, and Judge Amphlett, which I'd never heard of either. But I did find out something about Judge Amphlett. So Judge Amphlett comes from originally from Worcestershire. It's quite tasty, sweet, and fairly astringent. It was propagated in the early 1900s by Long Ashton Research Station. So there you go. So it's quite a blend. A lot of different things going on in there. So anyway, back to this baby. It's not as cold. I've been trying to not have them quite so cold because they're always too cold. But this one might be quite fizzy. So let's see. It might go all over me. If so, great. You get to watch me getting covered in pear juice. Fermented pear juice. Right, let's open this up. Anything on the bottle first? 7.6%. Perry, 750ml, season 2020. Butford Organics. That's it. Ingredients, organic pear juice. That's it. That's all there is. So pet nat, or method ancestral, as Martin likes to call it, which I still can't figure out whether you have to disgorge or not with that. Some people say you do, some people say you don't. I didn't think you did, but let's wait and see if somebody can give us a definitive answer. I suspect not. Right, that's not popping out by itself, which is a good thing. I hope I don't struggle as much with this one as I did with the Aurora though, because that was quite hard to get out. Right, here we go. Oh, we go. Got it. And here we go. Pop. Smoking gun. I feel like it came out quite well once. They haven't been in bottle very long. So maybe that's why the cork's a bit stickier than usual. But who knows? I got it out though, that's the main thing. Let's pour it into my cider selling glass. Amazing mousse. Amazing mousse straight away. Look at that. That is a mousse, isn't it? Yep. Reminds me of what was the first one we poured out? The Yarlington Mill. That had a great mousse on it, didn't it? Yes, Chris, it really did. And this one, similarly, has a great mousse. Colour-wise, I think it's a little bit darker in colour than the Aurora Perry. In fact, I'd say it is, yeah. It is. A bit of a deeper gold, that. Bordeaux straw gold. Maybe a merest hint of that brassy thing sometimes you get in Perry, but kind of basic straw gold, that, I want to say. It's nice. Dark straw gold. Lovely. You see those fine bubbles coming up. Looks very enticing. Let's give it a sniff. So, round rich pear. There's lemon, like a lemon characteristic on there. Yeah, creamy, lemony, sweet, round, rich pear. It's a hint of maybe there's a citrus character to this. I was saying lemon, but actually maybe a hint of lime as well. Possibly something a bit like pineapple-y as well about it, I want to say. I just feel deeper, rounder, richer, creamier on the nose than the Aurora Perry was, I think. Yeah, it is. Almost a hint of like smoky peatiness or smokiness in there as well, I think. Something there is suggesting smoke to me, and my neighbour has not got his barbecue on, or his smoker on, so it's not that. Yeah, there's a hint of sort of smokiness about this. He doesn't age in barrels, it all comes out of steel. So there's not any influence from wood with this. It's very pure. So wild yeast, just juice in still. I mean, it's a very pure expression of the fruit it is. So yeah, let's get stuck in. Fine bubbles. Not as aggressively fizzy in the mouth as I thought it was going to be, but definitely there. That citrus character on the nose, it's definitely there on the palate. Nice acidity actually. It is rich in the middle, it really is. But what it's bringing to the party that the Aurora didn't is solid acidity. I mean, it really is. Yeah, it's citric, lemon lime, citric character. There's some residual sugar in this, which will be sorbitol, unless it's not fully fermented yet. But you know, it's quite a good bubble, so let's assume it is, and it is sorbitol. Balanced, sweet and sour balancing act is pretty much great on this. I really like it. It's very rich. It reminds me a bit actually of the 2019 still Hendre Huffcap in the 750ml bottles with the green labels. It very much reminds me of that actually, but with maybe a hair more acidity. But that richness of character, I think I can feel there's a definite. That was Hendre Huffcap. This is Hendre Huffcap. I feel like they are siblings. It feels like they have got something in common for sure. And that fruit aromatic on the nose, it's great. As you're taking a sip, it goes up your nose and you get that citrus, maybe hints of pineapple as well, which adds to the whole thing, but brings stuff to the party. This is rich, but it's delicious. Yeah. Yeah. This is now that acidity, it'd be way too rich. But because it's got that acidity, it's brilliantly balanced. There's still quite a lot of residual sugar in this, I feel, sorbitol in this, but that acidity is perfect for it. It is perfect. It offsets it bang on. I don't want any more. I don't want any less. I want it just like that. This is a Goldilocks sort of cider when it comes to sugar and acidity, for me personally. Could do with being a bit colder. It was a bit too warm, but and there is like a port spare character to this. It feels like pear that's been cooked in a pie or something like that, you know, with brown sugar or something. There's that character to it, absolutely. But there it comes again. Just as you think, oh, is it going to get too rich? Bang, that acidity comes in, cleanses your palate. You're like, I'm ready for more. I'm ready for more of that sugar. Really, really, really nice. Really nice. So Hendre Huffcap remains to me one of my favourite pear varietals, because this is another great example of a Hendre Huffcap single varietal. So there you go. Brilliant. We are enjoying the 2020 releases. It feels to me like Martin's having had a great vintage last year. I mean, I'm not sure if that's true for all producers, but if Martin's letting it go by, both the cider and the perry, some of them been absolutely stonking. Absolutely stonking. I'm looking forward to drinking the rest of this. So guys, join me again for another Butford Organic tasting in the next 2 or 3 episodes. But until that time, thank you for joining me in my shed, and cheers.